Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. If you're joining me live, let me know you're here because I see the movements, but I do not know who's here, who's not here. So, PK, what's up? Salam. I love that dude. What's up, money? So, man, my last night's live has got a lot of heat. T-Money in the house. Yeah, my last night's live got a lot of heat. So, some of you, if you haven't watched it, it's not for the weak. But hey, it is what it is. It's real. But I actually shared a personal story that I have never shared before, ever. So that was, I got so much feedback on that, on that. A lot of people said, oh, we didn't know that. Of course, I hadn't shared. So that was kind of cool. Tonight, I want to talk about, because this came up with a friend again. And I kind of want to talk about this because this is, I think, very important. The question about money in network marketing, direct sales, MLM, what we do, social retail, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter what it is, right? In this space, there are two things that are very protected and need to stay protected in order to basically protect the industry, profession, and for all those who are in the profession taking advantage of it, right? So, and the two things are, you can't make any income claims, and you cannot make any health claims if you're in a product-based, product-based company. Why or how? You can't tell people, hey, you are going to make this amount of cash a month, a week, a day. You can't guarantee that for anybody. Why? Because you can't give that impression to somebody that they can come in, join, do nothing, and earn an income. And it doesn't work like that, right? It just, if you really think like that right now, still in 2022, I mean, come on, right? You can't think like that anymore. It just doesn't work like that. So, the first thing is you can't promise that to people. Two is that you can't tell people this is going to cure anything, because the truth is it's not. It's it's just most likely it's not, right? So, yeah, exactly. There have been court rulings that have changed this specific structure about the industry in order to protect those who actually take advantage of it or are the consumers. That's the reason. If you don't know, now you know. It's to protect everybody. It's to protect all the other people that say, oh, this is a pyramid scam. Really? You can't be that naive in 2022. You really can't be. If you are, it's costing you. It's costing you. You can't think like that anymore. You know what I mean? It just doesn't, come on, it doesn't work like that. So let's talk about the whole income thing. When people say, oh, how much are you making? And yeah, or show, you know what? Maybe I'll do a whole other live on that one because that came up too. But I'd like to address this income thing, because if you've been catching my last couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 lives, they have been in a sequence, in a series, and there's a reason for that. I'm kind of sharing step by step, right? So we started with catching the vision. That's what we started with, right? We started by catching the vision, give it a little break, but you got to catch that first. You know what I mean? It's not about this or that, it's just about that vision, right? So let me share this thought with you about the income. I'm going to bring it up to that. So when somebody says, how much are you making? Or show me a paycheck. Show me, you say this guy makes this much. This conversation came up. You say this guy makes this much or whatever. Show me. Something like that, right? I can't quote it exactly, but something like that, right? If that's the case, show me, right? PK was pretty involved in Vima as well. Money was too. That's funny. But so here's what happens. First of all, if you're sharing, hear me out, okay? Some of you may not like what you hear, and if it's something that kind of gives you a little zing, that's a good area to pay attention to, right? That's a good area to pay attention to. So here's how it goes. If you're sitting down, or if you're sharing it online or on phone, on chat, on Facebook, whatever, if you're sharing the platform with somebody, the business platform, you're sharing the how-tos, right? The information about the company or the products, you're sharing that information with somebody, and this conversation comes up, you're sharing the vision, right? You're not telling somebody, hey, you are going to make this amount of cash this time, right? That's not what you're saying. You're saying, look, let me show you. It's like you taking somebody to a land, all right, not far away, down the street, and you're showing that person, you say, this is a blank land, right? Here's what I want. Here's what I see. I see this type of a house, this type of a front yard, this type of a backyard. You describe everything, then you put it on paper. You have a vision of what that house is going to look like. You have an idea before it's even a house. It's just a plain land. You feeling me? It's just a plain land. And you tell somebody, this is what I want on this land. You're seeing in your head before anybody else around you sees it. Are you getting that? I'm seeing something that nobody else sees. And if I tell them, hey, listen, I want a common wall between two rooms that's top to bottom, left to right, an aquarium. That's one of my dreams. That's what I want. And that's what I see. And I know exactly where it's going to be. And I know exactly what type of fish. I know that. I know how big it's going to be, how long, how tall, how wide. I know that. I may tell a couple of people and they're like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. What the hell am I talking about? I see something. And I fail in explaining it to others what I see. You feeling me? It's not about the paycheck anymore. It's about that vision. It doesn't matter how much that wall costs. It's what I want. It's what I see. It's what I will have. It's the bottom line. I know that, right? Here, when somebody says income, this, that, listen, a mentor of mine, a while back, I heard him say this, and it always zings at me. Okay? Here it comes. You ready? He said, when they ask you, well, you've been at this for a while, how come you don't have that to show? How come you're not on the stage? How come you don't have that kind of a check? Right? This is what my mentor said to me. And this is what zings, and this is what drives. Right? He said, you can either show them the way you got successful, or you can sit there and explain why you're not. Let's say that again. You can either show somebody, hey, you go on the stage, you tell your story, you say, this is how I did it. This is how I became successful. This is how I did it. Or somebody says, well, you've been at it for a while. How come you haven't? You can sit there and start explaining. My dog died. I fell off the chair. It rained that day. I was 2 feet in the snow. I had a job. I had a kid. I got sick. You see what I'm saying? How pathetic is that? How sad is that? That zings, right? How come you? I can sit there and start giving all these reasons and excuses, why, or I can just hit pause, restart. We started with the vision, then we talked about restart, right? It's been a sequence of lives, and now we're here. So I can hit pause, restart, and say, you know what? Zip with the explanation, time for the show upness, right? So when somebody says, hey, how come this guy, how come that guy, show me this guy, show me that guy's check, here's what I would say. Listen, I'm going to show you how this person got to where he is. Showing income in this industry is just going to get you in trouble. It's going to be illegal, and it's going to get you in trouble. It's going to get the company in trouble, and the company I care about, and I don't want anything to go wrong, right? So you got that in mind. And then you say, look, I'm going to show you the path, the vision, the house that I see, how he got there, and we can follow those steps, right? Because success leaves what? Clues. You can follow that trail. I did a live a while back, and I said, yeah, but you know what? So does failure. Guess what also leaves clues? Failure. Those who fail, those who don't make it, those who don't got it, those have a trail too. You look at them like, oh, that's how they got there. Oh, they didn't do anything. I mean, that's a trail. So I can show you how this person got there. And if you really are concerned about income, there is an actual website, a app you can download, and it gives you all the network marketing news, including top 100 earners in the world. And it tells you exactly, well, not exactly, but it tells you how much they make a month. Public information. You can go check it out. I mean, that's real talk, right? And I can also show you the path, how to get to that point. Now, if you want to sit here and argue about you want to see a paycheck, here's what my recommendation to you. To you who's sitting in front of that person, and to the person who's asking for that. So both. Here's the thing. That person knows already. They're not gonna do this. They just want to find something to say, aha, see, you can't show me that. It's a scam. I'm going to call the cops on you. Shut down 1,800 companies in the U.S. Seriously. Right? That person ain't going to show up. Ain't going to do it. Ain't the person. And here's another reason why. You know why? Because if they were impressed by income, you just told them somebody is potentially making this much. I mean, that's their rank. That's what the company, if you go to the company, their ranks in any other business you go to, they are different ranks, right? That it tells you, okay, if you fall in this bracket, this is potentially what you make. This is the range. So you just pick the rank, you match it with the chart, and it tells you how much. If that doesn't help, you can go to that website or that app. You can check. there. I mean, that's safe and real. Not some fake, let me just grab some number out of the air and tell you. It's real numbers, right? So I can show you the path, and I can also show you how they got there, and that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm following that path, right? But so if that person was supposed to be impressed by income, there's income, there's resources, you can go ahead, check, there's income. So obviously it's not the income. And then if it's the other side, well, then you just told them, you just had restart, you just restarted your business again, so you're at zero, and that's it, right? So, and then there's people in between. So it's never the real objection. I want you to know that. And I shared that with my friend as well, because that's not the real objection. See, those are not real talks. That's not a real talk. Come on. You and I both know that's not a real talk. A real talk is all like, you know what? I don't think I can do that. Or I don't think it's for me. Really. I just don't see myself doing that. Or it just, or I have all these questions, or I have all these things that bug me about it. Maybe we can go over those. That's the person. Anthony, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you can catch the replay, because it'll probably make more sense. You know what I mean? So you got to catch the vision first, and then you start talking about that. Look, I'm just sharing with you this path. I'm not saying anything else. I'm sharing with you, look, through this, you could potentially get that if you do these. I mean, it's a really simple 1x plus y equals z, right? So if you follow that, I feel like there should be no hesitation or anxiety that should show up when somebody asks about that question. I can handle that objection very comfortably, because, I mean, that's just real talk. Listen to me. If that's what you're concerned, there's the information. If not, this is the path. This is how they do it. You gotta do stuff like last time we talked about. The path to get there is by doing the stuff. You know, that kind of is a little tiny little piece of major key point. You know what I mean? So I ask you this. People ask you for that question. They come up with that. Be postured, be comfortable, and just give them real talk, like I did. Just real talk. We're talking about a vision. We're talking about doing, like, if you're asking that question, you missed it. You missed it. You know, when a stand-up comedian stands up and does his thing, and then he throws a joke out there, and it's silence, right? Crickets. Hey, Francis, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hopefully you catch the replay. Probably it'll make more sense. So he stands up there, he throws a joke out there, and it's silence, crickets, right? I don't think he's gonna like repeat that. He's gonna be like, so be postured, be able to answer the question with just real talk, right? And if you throw that joke out there and it's crickets, and the guy has to come back and explain it, you missed the joke. You missed it. You missed the joke. And once you start explaining a joke, it makes no sense anymore. Same thing here. If you're gonna ask that question, you missed the whole vision thing. That was the point. That's the point, not me showing you a check. That's not the point. let's go over again. Let's start all over again, right? I'll leave you with this thought. True story. There was a guy who stuttered really bad, right? And he wanted to do network marketing, right? And notice, for those of you who are actually watching my stuttering groups, notice I don't ever say this guy who is a stutterer. You guys know that I am completely 100% against saying that, because you cannot identify yourself with something like that. Stuttering is something you do, maybe more often than none, but it is definitely not who you are. So stop saying that, throw that out of your head, and never bring that up. Anyway, so there was this guy who used to stutter really bad, and wanted to do network marketing, right? And he would give his spiel and presentation, and this is back in the day when he would have to sit in front of people and give his presentation, right? He would give his presentation, and he would just like sweat through this whole thing, and he just got this, "Hey Manoush, how are you? Good to see you, superstar." So he would like sweat through this whole thing. He would like, his jaw would shake, and his face would just, and he would get through it, and then he would ask, like, who wants to join, right? And then nobody would want to join, right? And everybody would say, "Oh, no, for whatever reason whatsoever." And he would pause, and he would say, oh, remember, he stutters like so bad, and he would say, oh, wait, I guess I did it wrong. I'm going to do it all over again." And just for that reason, just for them not to go through this whole thing all over again, they would want to sign up with them, right? So this is the whole thing. Listen, if they miss the point, you missed the point. Let me go over that all over again, right? So hopefully you got some love, some inspiration, some value. Thank you for joining me live. Hey, I've been going earlier. That's money right there. And I'm going to head to the gym right now. I'm going to probably roll to the car because I am in like so much pain. Like everywhere hurts. Like everywhere. I think even like the tip of my hair even hurts. Like everything hurts. Like everything. Like this morning I had to like roll out of bed. 60 days, So I'm going to go right after here. So if I don't respond to all the comments and everything, I will when I get back. So hopefully you got some love, some inspiration, some value, and hopefully you go out there and kill it. And for sure. And hey, if you got some love, some value, you want to share it, tag a couple people to this, share it on your wall, do what you got to do, spread the love. And I want to know what you guys think. No claims, but drop your thoughts below. If you got love, hate, whatever it is, I love it, I enjoy it. Drop it in the comments below. Let the feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And remember, if you share, you show that you care. Until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.